Hi, y'all. It's me, Barb, again. And I'm here at Arby's. And, you know, I know it's wild I've been doing Arby's, but it's kind of close by my house. And we've been having a lot going on here. But anyway, I got the Smokehouse Brisket sandwich. Now, I just thought, oh, brisket sounded good. I don't know if you all have brisket very much in your homes, but anyway, Penny loves her brisket. So I thought, well, I have to try it out. So I was real hungry and I thought, well, beep, beep. And so I thought, well, let's try it out. Now, I have no idea what it's like. I don't know if we'll like it. It says, you have meats. I think their PR could do a little better than that. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my goodness sakes, it's got cheese on it. Oh, it's warm. Oh my gosh, you all, look at this thing. Look at that thing. It is, oh my gosh, Barb, it's got brisket, cheese, barbecue sauce, and fried onions. I don't know why they felt like they had to put the fried onions on, or the cheese even. But, well, we'll take a bite, right, and we'll see what we think. Woo! I don't know what I'm doing. Let's take a bite, right? Oh my. And take a bite of this barbecue sauce. You all, I'm getting serious now. That's good. I would have never bought this thing. I came through to get the Wagyu burger, and of course it was gone. I'm just trying to catch up with everybody. Oh my goodness, you all. This is nice. I mean, it tasted like something. I couldn't put my finger on it. So let me take another bite and I'll tell you. How you doing? How you all doing out there? Are you doing all right? I hope so. And if not, just remember to float on that raft. The tides do turn in life. Sometimes it takes a long time. And sometimes it feels like you just can't hold on, but you can. And things will change. That's the thing that I keep seeing. Is that people tend to forget that things do change. And they really do. Oh, you all look at me. I got a little frog here. A little frog here. I couldn't find the earring to this one. So I said, well, I'll wear these ones. And then I couldn't find the frog earring to this one. Because my t-shirt says Peace Frogs. I think it says Peace Frog. Peace Frog. So I wanted to wear frog earrings today. So I had a good friend I used to work with, and she said, just wear different earrings or just wear one. Well, I haven't ventured out to just wear one, but I wore different ones. They're kind of kooky. Okay, let's take another bite, and I'll see what I think. Oh, it was good. I was going to take off the fried onion rings, but now I'm like, let me try them on. Let me take another bite, and I can tell you what it's like. I'm so surprised, you all. It just looks like a cardiac arrest waiting to happen. Okay, let me take a bite. This is so good. This is Smokehouse Brisket. I don't know how much it tastes like brisket. I always think of brisket as chunks of meat, but everybody, you know, this was sliced, which makes sense. It's like you bite into it, and it's like a BLT almost, you know, that Smokehouse Brisket. But then I think there's bacon on it too, you all. Bacon and cheese and fried onion rings. Oh my goodness. And a brisket. But, you know, this isn't something I would normally order, but it really is like, if you're really hungry, maybe if you came back from camping or something and you just wanted something really, it just tastes like bacon, but it tastes like, let me take another bite. It's like a sweetness, but a spiciness, but it's nice. If you like bacon, you'll love this. And then you taste the barbecue sauce, which is really good. I guess the onion rings gives that crispness to it. So I can see why all the flavors work. I don't know who thought of this. Who sits there and thinks of something like this? Okay. So we'll all agree, or agree to disagree, that it is kind of like junk food or whatever, fast food, but I'm surprised how tasty it is. Okay, let's see. The Smokehouse Brisket sandwich is $7.19. So the total is $7.69. But if that's all you have, like I'm drinking water, that's not bad for a supper or dinner. I like the barbecue sauce. Sometimes when I go to like barbecue places, because there's tons of them around here in the South, they're too vinegary or they're too hot. I like a sweet, of course, I like a sweet barbecue sauce. But this barbecue sauce is nice. I didn't know what to do when I came through, and I was like, and then when I went through, I said, I forgot to order mozzarella sticks, because you all were telling me that the mozzarella sticks are better here, that they're really good here. So where did I have mozzarella sticks? Oh, Sonic, and I was saying how good theirs were. So I'm going to have to do that sometime, too. Let me take another bite. Okay. This is something I probably wouldn't order all the time, but for a fun little something different, like, you know when your palate gets kind of like, oh, same old, or same old tacos, same old hamburgers, go get this. Go ahead, try it. Our skies are getting gray right now. I wonder if it's gray in this car. Oh, of course it is. The colors are gray in the car. Oh, you all, I got to tell you something. Okay, so this was funny. Well, I was thinking about frogs first, and then I went to this, and I don't know why. I guess, well, I was going to say, when I was growing up, there used to be tons of frogs in our backyard, especially at night or in the evening. There would be tons of them. I mean, you'd be like, and at night it was kind of creepy. Well, you don't see frogs anymore. Well, now, my neighbor's yard and my yard, like by the creek, our yard by the creek, there are frogs. Now, we've had a bullfrog for a long time, for quite a few years. And I haven't heard him this summer. It's the first summer I haven't heard him, but I've been hearing a lot of little frogs. I mean, well, you hear the peepers, of course, but I mean, seeing frogs jumping in and stuff. Oh, it gives me a little hope for this world. But anyway, but the reason why I was going to tell you that, because of the frog stuff, but it brought me to being in the yard, right? And well, I was doing something in the yard. I don't know, picking up some limbs or something. And maybe water in, I don't know. But this guy, drives up in a pickup truck, okay? He drives up, and he comes over, and he says, hi, hello, how are you? And I'm like, hi. I'm like, what's up? And and he goes, he says, I live in the neighborhood. I remember you from Halloween's. My children used to come to your house and you used to hand out popcorn balls, which is true. I mean, who would know that unless they really did it? And, well, now everybody knows it. But anyway, and he said, I just wanted to tell you something. I said, sure, go ahead. He says, well, the other morning, and he told me what day it was. I can't remember what day it was. He said, I wanted you to know that, I think he said Tuesday. I'm not sure. He said, I was driving through, and I knew exactly what time it was because I was late for work. It was my first day at work going to Lowe's. He was going to start working at Lowe's. And he said it was 10 to 6, and I guess he must have to be there at 6 because it wasn't far from our house. It's kind of far, but anyway. So he said it was 10 to 6, and he was driving down this hill and then made the turn and drove in front of our house. And he said, I just want you to know that it was really strange what I saw. And I said, well, what'd you see? Kind of like, 10 to 6. He could have seen me. Penny's usually sleeping at 10 to 6. I'm trying to fix the camera a little bit, but I mean, anyway. And so I said, so what did you see? And he said, well, there were 2 people standing in your yard staring at your house. I think they were praying on it. I said, praying like P-R-A-Y or P-R-E-Y. I thought he meant like praying on it like they're going to steal something or something. He goes, no, praying, P-R-A-Y. First it was like, was it men or whatever? He didn't answer. And then I was like, were they going to steal something? Were they canvassing it? Because there were 2 men walking around quite a bit that everyone is suspicious of. And I gave them an evil eye for a long time. One time, I've never seen them come back since. But I was just kind of like, what are you guys doing? Because they were just like standing in people's yards and staring at them and stuff. It was weird. I mean, now we had solar panel people before, but that's different when you can tell the difference between a salesman and somebody who's just hanging out. Anyway, in our neighborhood, everybody knows everybody. So it's kind of like if somebody's different there, you kind of notice it, So anyway, he says, and I said, were they men? And he never really answered. And he says, well, they had their backs to me. He says, they were staring up at your house. He says, I think they were praying for you. I said, P-R-A-Y? And he said, yes, I think they were praying on your house, like praying for you. And he said, and I think they were women. And I was like, how did he know they were women? And he said, well, one had a hood, and it was kind of going up there like this, you know, and the other one was looking up too. And I said, huh? And I said, it's 10 to 6? And he said, yeah. Well, in my mind, I didn't say anything to him, but in my mind, my partner is an astronomer, so it's for a hobby, but she loves looking out. But she's usually never out in the morning. I thought, well, looked at him, I said, well, I'm the one that's out in the mornings, like watering or whatever, or leaving early to go do something, or take Daisy at between 6 and 6:30. So I thought maybe I was packing up the car, and he says, no, it wasn't you. He says, I really think it was 2 women, and one woman had the hood, and she was just praying for you both. And I said, well, I can always use more prayers. And I said, well, I can. Is it getting dark in here? It feels like it. Let me pull this down. I pulled this because I thought it was sunny. Okay, maybe that's better. Maybe it's worse. Who knows? Probably worse. That's usually what I do. When I do on these videos, I'll try to make something better that it's worse, or I'll move it if this lighting's worse. Anyway, so he goes, I said, because I'm thinking, I said, well, Penny wouldn't have been out then. And I said, well, it wasn't me. And I said, 2 people. And he said, yeah, it was 2 people. I think they were women, and one had a hood. And they were just up there. And I said, well, you know, the more prayers, the better. I said, and I thought, it couldn't be my sisters. They wouldn't do something like that. I hadn't seen them in years. And I said, who could it be? And I thought, well, there are some people that are very, very religious, to each their own. And I thought, well, maybe they're worried about me, or worried about Penny, or, Penny's Jewish. I said, well, I said, well, if they need to pray on us, I just welcome all the prayers and good wishes I could think of. So he said, well, I just felt like you needed to know. And I said, well, thank you for letting me know. If you ever see anything else suspicious or weird, just, give me a holler or whatever. Well, he told me his name, but he didn't tell me where he lived. So Penny was sleeping in at that time, or she was taking a nap because she was going to work really late that night singing. So I didn't want to wake her, but I had to go get Daisy to bring her out. And I was like, oh, God. And it was kind of it didn't make my hair stand on end like I was scared. It was more like, that's weird, that's curious. But it started kind of like creeping me a little bit. So anyway, I take it too long with the story. So I want to eat some more of that food. Anyway, so what ended up happening was I said, what? I said, okay, well, I won't wake up Penny. So I'm getting Daisy, and then I could see her stir a little bit. And I said, Penny, so I ended up saying, I said, Penny, I don't want to bother you before you leave, but I got to tell you something. I said, something strange just happened. And I told her the story, and she looked at me. She said, because I was like, and this, and there's a person in a hood, and she said, Barbara, that was me. And I said, what? And she said, it was me. Remember that one morning I said Jupiter was out and I went out? Well, I don't know which planet is where and when, and she knows which constellation is south, north, east, west, and which planet is where. And she said, Jupiter was coming up, and I was looking. I said, was your back to the house? And she said, no, my back, I was facing the house. I said, you were facing the house? Why? She said, because she was looking above our roof to the back of our house. She was looking with her binoculars at Jupiter. And then she's got 2 telescopes. So one was right by our little Alberta spruce. And then there was another next to her. But that telescope follows the whatever you want it to follow. Like it follows Jupiter. So it was way up there too looking. So the man had assumed that the telescope and Penny were people praying, P-R-A-Y-I-N-G, on our home. I think that's a funny story. And it's a good little analogy of life, how we assume and then we promote fear, or we promote worry, or we promote concern or suspicion, when really it's just simple explanation. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you because I thought it was really funny, but it was weird too. But, I didn't even, she goes, remember I was up, I told you that got up early. Well, I was thinking she got up at like 3 or 2 or 1 in the morning or something. But I had forgotten all about it, and I was like, thinking me up, and I knew I wasn't up. So anyway, it's a funny story. I wanted to share that with you. I don't know if you care, but let me take another bite, right? Excuse me, I took a big bite. I don't know why or how, but I tell you, I'm watching this, man. I like this. If you like a smokehouse taste, I love a stone oven pizza or a nice smoked Gouda or smoked meat. This is fun. A nice surprise. I would have never gotten it. I think it's well worth it. I think it was like 500 calories or something. Of course it is. Probably 560. But that can be your big meal for the day. I try to go to 2 meals. Of course, I snack too much because I do these reviews, or I have my meals on my reviews. But anyway, I'm watching this man. He's emptying out an old Popeyes, and Popeyes just moved down the street with a brand new Popeyes. I don't know why. And he's taking all the ovens and shells. He's probably starting his own business somewhere. Anyway, you all, this was fun. Just a little howdy hi. I think this brisket sandwich is good. I never really thought it was. I was like, why did you order that, Barbara? And I'd already ordered it. You couldn't get out of the line. I said, you should have gotten those mozzarella sticks. Goodness. Okay, I'll try to come through sometime soon with the mozzarella sticks because I would love to try them. I should get both and compare them. But anyway, I like those Sonics. I think I'll remember Sonics. But anyway, this was fun. I hope you guys are doing all right. Just a little short howdy do. Take good care of yourselves, and you all, until the next time. Tally-ho, my friends. Oh, did I just hear thunder? I hear thunder. I better go. You all take good care of yourselves, okay? And until the next time, bye-bye now.